Yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of First Class Podcast. I am your host, the Beer Wonder himself. In the building, I'm here with my co-host, CGO. He up in here.
What's good, y'all?
Man, it feel good to be back. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm feeling great. Today might be a steak and mushrooms and onion kind of day. Great. You heard?
I ain't gonna lie, man. The wife been talking about having a main steak for a little minute too. Oh shit, what's up, brother? Matt in the building. He watching on YouTube.
Yes, sir. What's
He said,
good?
yeah. He said, yo, executive class kennels. Let's get it. But yeah, man, the wife been talking about a steak for like last week or so. I'm like, man, all right. I'm like, depending on what the weather looked like the rest of the weekend, I might fire up the grill or something. I didn't the last couple of nice days, man. I didn't skipped out on it, man. And I'm like, man, I'm like, you know what? A good steak ain't bad. I hold on the mushrooms, but not some grilled onions and stuff don't sound too bad though. But
Facts.
what's been going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Good, man. Same old, man. Just working, you know what I'm saying? Building everything up, piece by piece. Uh, man, just feel great. Cleveland Browns making moves, you feel me? But we're going to say that for
Whatever.
Monday.
Yeah. What? Hold on. I said he got a teal hip to mushroom steaks. Maybe I don't know. It got to be a
He
typo.
said,
A typo.
he said, yeah, he said, y'all typed in after that, said, y'all got to get us hit
Oh,
to the mushroom
okay.
steaks.
I'm about to say, what's a teal hip, bro? Like I know he been doing his I don't know if it vegan or what it's a vegan thing, so I didn't know if that was something new. I was like, that's a teal hip. Like, yeah, bro, you're gonna have to get me into that.
For sure. I'm
But nah,
definitely down for those. Definitely down to try some mushroom steaks.
uh I don't really mess with mushrooms, bro. I cut me off a little slice, a little piece. I at least try it. You feel me?
It's because you're a kid. No, I'm just playing with you. I know a
Whatever,
bunch of people
bro.
who don't like mushrooms.
Like, I don't know. I just couldn't get down with it, man. I tried. I didn't try it on a lot of different things, bro. Like, you know what? Let me get a couple mushrooms with it. I'm an adult now. Nah, it ain't for me. It's not for me. But everybody that's tuning in, man, we got a good one for y'all, man. Uh we unless you got anything else, we can go ahead and get into it. I'll take that as you ain't got nothing else. So uh, we always try to start off with some type of quote or words of encouragement or something to that effect. Uh, this one is pretty much okay. If I this one just pop up like this, it's always something every Saturday, man. But nah, this one is pretty simple, man. It's in a world where you can be anything, be kind. I'm gonna say it one more time, just as simple as that. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Um, like I said, man, that I just chose that one just because, man, as simple as it sounds, you know, that's just something that people forget about. Like, if you can be anything in the world, man, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with just showing some kindness or just being kind in general. You know what I'm saying? So in the world where you can be anything, man, just make sure that y'all always trying to at least try to be kind to people. You know what I'm saying? So take that
Yeah,
with you,
that's
man.
facts.
Because you never know. And then I also had another one on here to kind of go hand in hand with it. Is that, man, take life for what it's worth, man, because it can change in a minute, in a moment. You know what I'm saying? So I seen both of those, and it kind of to me it was saying the same thing. Like, being kind to people because you can turn around and you never know. Like your whole story can change in the matter of a moment. So just make sure y'all be kind to people, man. So we're gonna get this kicked off, man. First topic, man, of the show is the generations before, or no, the generations behind, are they greater than the generations that came before? Evolution, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because and we watch a lot of sports and seeing, March Madness is basically here. I'm not even gonna say around the corner. March Madness is basically here, and I'm just been watching some of these young athletes, man, between high school, college, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, we grew up watching the Jordans, the Reggie Millers, the AIs, the Randy Moss, and all of that. But then now you got, certain people coming into the game, like you got oh man, his whole name just fell out my head. Jamar Chase, you know what I'm saying? The Joe Burrows, you know what I'm saying? Like the Josh Allen, the Lamar Jackson, the Pat Money. You know what I'm saying? You got these younger athletes coming in the game that's 25, 24, 23, and it's like it just seemed like the whole game has changed. So the evolution of the sport, it's like, damn, okay, are these young guys coming up now better, at least athletically? Of course, their career and their stats gonna have to prove it over, you know what I'm saying, over their career. But at least athletically, are they better? Like, is the generation coming up better than the generation that you know was in front of them?
Right.
Not just sports, just overall.
From a sports perspective, yeah, I could say, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of things that is, that is better in terms of, like, we know science with time, you know what I'm saying, develop different techniques, different diets, different habits and stuff like that treat the body better, because like now with the NFL, they know about CTE, and all of that. Sports science has changed. Whereas, you know what I'm saying, maybe in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even early 90s, you tear Achilles, it might be a wrap for you, you know what I mean? Or MCL or ACL, you might be done, could be possibly career ending. Whereas now, you know what I'm saying, surgeries have improved. Like I said, nutrition is improved and all of that stuff. So that part, yeah, you know what I'm saying, with time, it gets better as technology gets better and science is advancing, you know what I'm saying, then those things will get better. But as far as mentalities and it's stuff like that, that's probably more so on the individual spectrum than the societal one, in my opinion. Like, as we see, with still wars, it's still people trying to invade, it's still greed, it's still lust, it's still all of that. So, you know what I'm saying, from that perspective, I would say it's probably the same, and in some ways even worse, because with technology is more access, you know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say before you had cell phones, you know what I'm saying, you did have to go talk to somebody, you know what I mean? Now you got the phones, bro, you could just reach out and say whatever you want to anybody, you know what I'm saying? So with the good, yeah, because if I'm stuck in an emergency, or if I just want to holler at my brothers, my sisters, whoever, you know what I'm saying, I could just reach out and talk to you. But at the same time, like I said, with the good come with the bad. Now I can reach out to somebody else. I can watch some stuff I shouldn't be watching, or kids could get a hold of it and do something they ain't supposed to be doing. So in some ways, yeah, it's good, but in some ways it's bad. Specifically with sports, using sports as an example, the science is better, the technology gets better, mentalities don't necessarily get better. If that's, you know what I'm saying. If I can sum it up for that.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying as far as overall, but I think sometimes, not in all factors, but in some of them, I think the mentality does change a little bit, man. Just because, like, all right, for instance, man, like, with when we got younger brothers, or young cousins or nephews or whatever the case may be, you can go back and be like, hey, look, when I was in school, or this is the workout I used to do. You know what I'm saying? This is how you can boom, think like this, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Put your impression on them, like, oh, okay, and that can help mold that mentality. Like, I know we're using like just basically using sports as an example, just because to me it's just a perfect example of it. Like, when I was coming up in middle school, I had a lot of OGs like, all right, well, you play this position, bro. You got to make sure you coming off the line like this, and you know what I'm saying. Just certain stuff with my technique, certain stuff with my technique that they was trying to put me on. So when I adapted that and took that and you know what I'm saying and added it to my game, then it was like, oh, better you better than what I was when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And then now I find myself looking at other people younger than me, like, hey, you should try to do this. You know, I got a little cousin that he plays out in Columbus. He plays DN. So especially during football season, you know, he might send me his tapes or, you know, make sure he posted some of his highlights and stuff like that. And I try to go back and watch him and I tell him like, "Hey, look, man, if you got any questions or anything, don't hesitate to call me." So, you know, I'll watch some stuff and be like, hey, look, man, when you coming off the line, you know, squeeze it down or, you know what I'm saying? Just giving better technique. So, and then
Right.
as you develop, you feel me? Then all of that stuff kind of comes together. And I think that basically, man, that developmental stage is happening earlier and earlier. Like I can't remember the kid's name, bro, but it's a kid that's probably like, I think he like 11 and he a corner. Or no, I think he 13 now. But he 13, but he practiced with college kids, bro. Like at corner, like he's 13. Like he not no big 13. Like, oh my God, bro, this kid is gonna be huge. No, but his footwork, his skill is on that level already. Like he locking up people that's supposed to be a 3-star, you know what I'm saying, recruit or you know, just the little college combines and stuff like that. He out there
Mhm.
eating it up. Bro. Like of course there's certain stuff to where, you know, they not just out muscling them because they know they could. It's literally about your technique and your footwork. But it's just the fact that I'm just looking like, bro, we didn't have no like we didn't have nobody with game like that at that age. And then for me to know college at 13, 14, and line me up with some of these college athletes and be like, all right, bro, hold your own. You know what I'm saying? I'll go for it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? And then I seen this other kid, bro. He was like 8, play running back. He switching hands. It looked like a baby, baby Derrick Henry, man. Like
Right. Right.
he outrunning the whole. You can clearly fastest one on the field. Like
Mhm.
just handing the ball and go. And this little, you know, the little kid game. So you know, of course, blocking ain't crisp and all of that. But you looking at him, he hitting juke moves, boom, boom, in and out, switch hands, stiff arm, spin move, get up the field, and then doing the gritty in the end zone. Like I'm like, oh, bro, these kids is wild. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. Like, it just, I could just see it, man. It's just different. Like, you got kid, bro. I was on TikTok, bro. These kids was like on a 10-foot rim, bro. They in like middle school, going ham on the rim, like big bounce. I'm like, bro, what is y'all feeding? what is y'all feeding these kids? And you know, growing up, man, we used to feel like the freakiest athletes. Like, bro, I could do this, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I can go swimming all day and then get out the pool, go hoop for another 2, 3 hours, and then get done doing that, and then go play baseball for another hour and a half. But I don't know, man. Some of these kids, man, they're already being looked at on the national level, and they're nothing but 13, 14 years old. So it's just the fact that, like, man, I'm just looking at the whole evolution game. Like, I mean, which I guess in that aspect, man, like you said, like you mentioned, it's supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got new technology. You know, basically, if you know better, you do better. So I guess as the generation before learns and understands, then they can pass that down to the generation that's coming up. So, um, and then, but it's like we said, it's not all just about the evolution of sports in general. But like I said, I grew up being an athlete. I love watching the sports, man. I still watch highlights, man. I still try to watch uh the AAUs, the college scene, the high school scene, and stuff like that, man. So it's just watching these kids being growing up and developing. But it's not just sports. Like you got some of these kids that are freaking being looked at on a national level for education as well. So I don't know, man. I'm just, yeah, to be honest, bro, I'm in awe, bro, and it's just crazy because I'm looking like, man, now I'm that uncle at the barbecue.
Boy,
Like, man,
smoke
I
your
was
boy.
just right, you know what I'm saying? Like back in my day, boy, y'all little young bucks, man, y'all doing all that showboating. We ain't even do no showboating, boy. We was out, we got to
Right.
it.
But real talk though, real quick, bro, before you end this topic, bro, that's what I was saying about like technology and nutrition getting better. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't had no nutrition plans when we was hooping. Like no nutrition plans. Like now they putting kids on straight nutrition
Well, I mean,
plans.
I
Like
did, but I got that from old school people.
right. But I'm saying it's
Yeah,
different
like, but
now.
it
Like
was
they school, it's instituted in the
yeah,
actual programs now. Like, hey, bro, like y'all, this is what we eating today, bro. Y'all go to this lunch line. This is what y'all eating today. Like you ain't got it, bro. We provide it. You know what I'm saying? Or if you a college athlete, you got a specific meal plan. You got a specific time you're supposed to go eat. You know what I'm saying? Versus now, I mean, back when we was doing it, like, bro, you hungry, cuz? Yeah, bro. Hey,
right,
hit that drive through, bro. All right.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Then we going right back to rec. But you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's different. And then as far as academically, technology is better. They got more access. We was breaking encyclopedias open in elementary and middle school. You know what I'm saying? We had encyclopedias. Now they got Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So it's
right,
just a whole different level of technology getting better. It's more access to the information. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that wasn't common knowledge that we had to research is common knowledge for them. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, that's why I said like, you know, yeah, I'm definitely in awe. I'll say that, but from that perspective, I think it's a little bit changed. And then also, you know what I'm saying, rules and laws change to provide different opportunities for different sectors of the population too. So that's different. And specifically, if we're gonna go back to the sports, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Back in the G, we was looking at Dan Marino and Randall Cunningham, and you know all of those people when we was, you know what I'm saying, coming up, or Troy Aikman and Steve Young and all them. But the rules changed. So if the rules was what they are now, and you had Mike Vick and the systems was designed for Mike Vick, who knows what Mike Vick, how many yards he would have threw for? You know what I'm saying? And that's why we looking at Lamar Jackson like, dang, bro, like what if Mike Vick had, you know what I'm saying? Because the rules, the system that's put in place is geared towards that style of play now. Like you're not getting murdered like he was getting murdered, you know, from not actually murdered for people that's listening. I'm not saying people getting murdered on the
man.
football field. Let's just
Look, man,
clean that up real quick. But
I'm about to say, if y'all listening to the show and y'all taking what he said as actual murder, then you on the wrong channel.
right, like he's exciting people to commit murder. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
On the football field.
I'm saying you can't. It's certain ways you have to tackle quarterbacks now. You can't just, you got to let him. Is he giving his body up? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? No, bro. When Randall Cunningham and Mike Vick was running out there, they was getting smacked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just a little bit different. So the rules and the systems that's put in place for specific sectors of the population allow for them to be more educated. That's number one. The science and technology is better, so that's number 2 and 3. Access to information is king. So if you can get to the information, of course you're gonna be smarter. Like if you got to go to the library, you ain't got no computer, and you got to go break open encyclopedia still. Yeah, you a step behind, because a few steps behind, because the person that got the computer at home could just Google it. So, so
I tell my daughter that, my oldest, and my nieces that all the time, man. Like I'm like, you don't even understand how much access you actually have. Like when I was your age, when we had an assignment to do, she had a science project due. So she had a whole science project she had to get done. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, I'm trying to be on it early. Like, all right, cool. So did you look it up? Did you know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. And she low key taking her sweet time with it. Like, nah, Dad, it's cool. I got it. I'm doing it. I'm like, man, I don't see you doing nothing. Like, what do you mean? When are you doing this? Next thing you know, 2 days before it was due, boom, had our whole presentation and boom, hey, Dad, look, boom, showed it. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, when did you do that? Oh, I just did it the other day. Like, I'm like, man, you got so much access to where you can be lazy. Like, you can wait. Like, all right, it ain't due for 2 weeks, so I got time. because all I gotta do is look it up. I'm like, back in the day, I had to go to the library, like you said, pop open the site. I had to crack open books, read, hit the copy machine, scan it, so I can take it home. Or if I didn't have the money for the copy machine, I had to write it down in a notebook so I can take it home, so I can get the experiment right. And you know what I'm saying? All of that. Now, all you got to do is couple stroke of the keys and boop. Okay, cool. Copy, paste, print that out. Okay, cool. I just need to get a poster board and this. Bang, assignment done. I'm like, man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then my youngest was 5. She just was like, yes. Matter of fact, yesterday was like, Dad, I need a pewter. I'm like, you got a little tablet? Like, you got a computer? No, Dad, that's a tablet. I need a pewter. I'm like you need a pewter. She's like, so I can look stuff up. I'm like, you can't look stuff up on your tablet. She's like, it's not the same. I want a pewter like you got. So it's just, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just funny, man. One, between being a parent and just watching these kids grow up, man, it's like everything is advanced. You know what I'm saying? Which, like, as far as for our generation, that's on us because we kind of paving the way for those. We are paving the way for those advancements. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the social media world, like now, man, like I was telling somebody, man, it was somebody younger. They was talking about, oh well, our generation, we're more creative and we doing this and this and this. I'm like, if it wasn't for my generation, you wouldn't even have this stuff. We created that stuff. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was something on some 90s kids or the late 90s kids or something like that, early 2000 kids more creative. I'm like, bro, we created social media. What are you talking about? Like, us talking on a computer, we had dial-up, G. Right. Everybody had to be right. You feel me? Like, now everybody can be on the internet at one time. At one time in the house, everybody can be on something separate. Back then, if somebody picked up the phone, you getting kicked, be in a knee-deep conversation on freaking Yahoo chat messenger, like, hey, what's you I can't even remember how we used to say it. What you look like, girl? Tell me what's your measurements. You feel me? Like, oh yeah, I go to school, I do this. Next thing you know, mom pick up the phone, crash, boom. Now you trying to remember what was her freaking what was her username? No, I never got her real name. No, and it's lost forever. That's dumb.
That's facts though. Be all that motherfucker like, ding. Oh, snap.
Like, no. You sitting there upstairs like, I'm on the computer.
Like, Hello Kitty 1987. Hit me up.
Right.
Like, what?
I'm still there. Sorry, my mom messed up the dial-up.
Or if you started the internet when you was on the phone, the opposite. You're happy. Like, if somebody pop on the internet, all you hear is like, oh.
I'm on the phone. Like, well, I'm trying to get on the computer. Like, damn, bro. And the thing is we was kids sitting thinking like, bro, so it ain't no way for me to be on the phone and you to be on the computer. Next thing you know, Wi-Fi so come on now.
Hey, that's hilarious, bro.
That's just an elaborate example on, past, present, and future, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people your past people got to go through the bull to come up with the idea to help the present out. And then those present people going to come up with a different idea to help out the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like I said, just speaking on like the youth and just the generations and stuff that's coming up behind us. It's great to watch. You know what I'm saying? Just between the sports, the education, and having this access to be content creators, man. Like the job market has changed to the point to where you absolutely don't have to go get a 9 to 5. Like you can start working for yourself as soon as you learn how to work a laptop or a cell phone. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
you got kids that's 5 6 years old that then already got their family out the poorhouse because they got a YouTube channel playing with toys.
Facts.
and
Facts.
they get 400,000 views every episode, man. So now they're getting paid. They get paid, and then they go from that to, oh my god, we love this kid. Next thing you know, you see him on Nickelodeon. Like now they famous. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just anything is literally possible, man. Like like it just I don't know, man. It's just it's a great sight to see on one hand, just to watch them and seeing how many opportunities, man, and how a lot of some kids are or teenagers are actually tapping into it because now I can see now I can understand how the old folks used to be with us like y'all got so many opportunities, man, and y'all just not seizing the moment. Like, man, what opportunities? What are you talking about? And then now you fast forward. Now we the older folks. Like, man, you got so many opportunities. You ain't tapping into it. Like what? Bro, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? My daughter asked me a while ago. She was like, Dad, can I start a YouTube channel? And back in the day, that was unheard of. Like, nah, man, you a kid. I don't want you playing around on the internet, man. There's predators on there. But then I started seeing these kids, 6, 7, 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? That's got running their own business and they got their content creators. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, if you want to start a YouTube channel, cool. But you gotta, go over your content with me. Don't just be sitting on there like we can do this together. You know what I'm saying? Like sit down if you need you a camera, what come up with your niche. What are you gonna talk about? What are you trying to do? And then she, it didn't. Of course, it didn't go nowhere because if it did, then I'd be telling y'all to follow my daughter's channel. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it's never know if that's gonna change or not, man. But I'm just saying that it's just so many different possibilities now. It's just it's one. It's amazing to see, but then on the other hand, it just low key kind of sucked. Like, bro, if we had half of these opportunities back then, bro, like it'd have been on the floor, bro. Some of these football camps and basketball camps. Like we had camps. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, we absolutely didn't have anything. But like I never went to a football camp, like ever. Like to where I could go to this camp, work on my craft for a summer, then go to the into the season with new experience and certain coaches and seeing me from other places with offers and they got a whole app now to where a whole scouting app. So like the whole scouting game has changed to where if you're in high school, you can post your highlights, post your game film and see what colleges is interested in you or what colleges you're interested in and be actually a lot more proactive in your recruitment. Like back then you just had to hope you got a letter. When you came to practice, like, hey, seniors, I got mail. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh snap, I got some mail. Boom. Which letter I got? You know what I'm saying? Or hoping you get something sent to your address or something. And then you got to provide, the film and stuff for it. So I
Right.
don't know, man. Overall, bro, I say the evolution generation is the current generation is greater than the previous one. No, I think everybody has their role. If it's not for the generation that came before you, you wouldn't have the opportunities that you have. So
Yeah.
you
I
got
think
you
it's
got
a
anything else on
I think it's a good. I think I would hope that you know what I'm saying the generation behind us would be greater. If not, then like you know what I'm saying. Like what did we instill? But like you said, everybody played a role. I think it's an extremely uneducated argument to say that a generation is more creative than another one. It's not about being more creative. It's about you have more ways to be creative. So whereas you figure in an agricultural society, bro, where you don't have all this technology, you could paint, you could sculpt, you could I don't know, build. You know what I mean? You could do stuff like that. Then when you get computers, now you could be creative in more ways. You know what I'm saying? Just, phones and all of that stuff, you could be creative in more ways. It doesn't mean you're more creative. It just means you have more outlets to be creative, more mediums to be creative. So I think it's uneducated to say that. So whoever said that, we can debate that anytime you want to. You see my stuff on the bottom of the screen, but I just think it's uneducated to say a generation is more creative or is better because you have more outlets. I would hope so, but at the same time, like, people are still walking into the Sistine Chapel to see Michelangelo's paintings centuries later. You know what I'm saying? So, is he more creative than we are? Like, or are we more creative than him? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? That's just if you like the art or the medium or not. But if he had tablets and Pixel Draw and all that stuff that people use, whatever they use, Illustrator and all that, who knows, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably would be doing that instead of painting on chapel walls. You know what I'm saying? Painting frescoes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about being more. It's not about being more creative. It's about what mediums and outlets you have. You have more outlets to be creative? Absolutely. But are you more creative? Who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we're going to count how many people is creative in 1947 versus how many people is being creative in 2047. Like, what? Like, this is dumb. I don't know. That bothered me, bro. My bad. I had to bring that up. But other than that, no, cool. Bro, I ain't got.
I mean, but that's kind of it bothered me too. That's what kind of stemmed the whole conversation. I'm like, one, I didn't take it directly. I didn't take it how you just took it. You know what I'm saying? But it still messed with me negatively. Like, bro, hold on, man. We started this gangster shit. What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, hold on. Don't come for me like that, bro. Because, people are like, oh, man, you guys kind of old, man. I'm like, man, kind of old, man. I'm saying, don't sweat the technique.
The barriers to entry is lower for y'all. So you could say, all right, well, we more creative, but your barriers to entry is like, back when we was trying to record music, it cost almost $1,000 for an analog tape deck, like a cassette tape deck, to hook microphones into. Then you had to pay for the microphones, but you couldn't get no expensive microphones because you just bought the expensive thing. Now, what speakers we gonna get? Like, everything costs so much. Now you can get a bundle deal for $1,000. Like, you can get the everything with it. You know what I'm saying? You can get a $50 mixer, a $50 microphone, a computer, and you ain't even gotta have no mixer. You can plug it right to the computer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, are you more creative because you got lower barriers to entry? That's an uneducated argument. That's I was just like, that's a bad take right there.
They can have a Bluetooth headset and a cell phone.
Yeah, like, you might be more creative than some people of a previous generation. You might be more creative than some people, but is your generation more, you know what I'm saying, creative? No, you can't say that because you don't have the barriers to entry that they had. Like, would you have stopped doing it if it took you 30 years to try to do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. So whatever, bro. That's an uneducated argument.
But real quick, man, just as far as generations and all of that matter, I do want to do a quick shout out to one of my alma maters because I played ball for a certain school and I graduated from another. But I do want to give a quick shout out to the Meadowdale Lions, basketball team, and I think they just won. I want to say it was last week. I know they got another game coming up. I don't know if it's this week. It might be today. I'm not sure if it's already passed or not, but they moving on in their postseason, man. They just won the district. First time since 1992. They didn't been to that point or that type of game, in the postseason. So shout out to the Meadowdale Lions, restore the roar. Let's get it. I used to play ball there, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to them young boys. Just like I said, it's just crazy just to watch how stuff happen, bro. Because, like I said, I went to Meadowdale, I played ball there, and then Fast forward, now I got a niece that she goes to Meadowdale. She a freshman. She play volleyball. She cheerlead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and she came in like, oh snap, had her little had her jersey and stuff. And I'm like, hold on, is that black and gold? She's like, oh yeah. I'm like, so you went to Meadowdale? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, where did you? I thought you went to a different school. I'm like, I did, but my freshman year, I went there and I played ball and played sports there. Like, I'm like, how just asking her, like, how you like the school? She's like, oh, I love it. And the black and gold look good on me. I'm like, I be trying to tell people, you know. But shout out to them young guys out there doing their thing on the high school level, man. And hopefully I didn't miss the game. So hopefully it's today. And if it is today, then good luck and hope y'all see it all the way through the state for real. So with that being said, so moving on, man.
Y'all.
Moving on, man. So this stuff, man, is all right, man. I see a lot of times, man, chicks be like, oh my God, before it's all done, I'ma be a wife. I'ma be somebody's wife. I'm wifey material. But and I laugh, bro, because I hate it, bro. Be getting on my nerves, bro. Because I'm like, bro, what is wifey material? Like, so I'll be trying not to get involved in like social media back and forth. I'm about to start because I'm like, you know what? I'm a content creator. So what's being a content creator without mixing it up with a couple of folks, man, and having a couple of online debates with their goofy head? Like, what's quote unquote wifey material or husband material? I'm not gonna just say wife, but this is husband material or wifey material. And I seen this post, man, and this guy basically he was asking his girlfriend. Well, it was a skit, so it wasn't like no truth to it, but the truth behind the skit, it was like just had me thinking. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we gotta talk about that because I see that way too many times. Even been through some of it myself. So it's like he was like, all right. He asked her to do something. I can't remember what it was, man. But she like, oh, I'm not doing that. Am I a wife? Like, nah. Am I your wife? I'm not your wife. So why would I do wife things if I'm not your wife yet? He's like, okay. So what do you see in a husband? Like, why are you with me? She's like, oh, well, I feel secure. You do this, you make me feel like this. Okay, so is that all the things that you want in a husband? She's like, yeah. So you're telling me I'm husband material? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Okay, so why am I doing husband things when I'm not your husband? You trying to have the cake? You trying to have the cake and eat it too? So that's what popped it up. So to you, what is wifey material or husband material, or just along that topic?
See, I think that's a question where, like, it's certain things innately, you know what I'm saying, that a man is supposed to do from what I've been taught, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be a provider, cool, or whatever. So that's all fine and dandy. But then for each relationship, you got to define what that is. Like, all right, what am I providing? You know what I'm saying? For me,
right,
a woman has to be able to provide something that is not technically a service. Like, yes, I appreciate you cooking and cleaning, but if I'm hungry, I can go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that McDonald's is better than home cooking, because that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that
I'm about to say we have to have a talk.
But I am saying that what I am saying is that you can't come in my life and then the only thing you got to offer is cooking, because I can cook. I can go somewhere and get some food. So that can't be your only thing you bring to the table. Oh, I can wash clothes. Well, I've been washing my own clothes for long as I can remember, since I've been able to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I appreciate when you do it, but that's also a service that can be provided. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? So those what I'm basically saying is those type of things can't be the only things you bring it to the table. Then, not only that, like, but if you do bring those things to the table, I do appreciate it, because if I'm out providing, from a traditional sense, if I'm out taking care of the house and you at home, then you should be at home doing something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I come back home and stuff is everywhere and the dishes ain't done and some clothes ain't washed reasonably, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't expect you to be slaving all day and you know what I'm saying, everything is just spotless all the time. Like, that's unrealistic. You might have a bad day, and if you have a bad day, cool, bro. Let's, you know what I'm saying? What happened? Let's talk about it. Let's work through it. But if I'm out doing something and you're home, I want you to be doing something. Like, you can't just be an extra body in the house. And that's what I be telling the kids too sometimes. And I'm just paraphrasing real quick to make a point, is that if you in the house sucking up electricity, or you got to do something, bro. Like, get up, take out the trash, do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as my boys go. But that's how I feel about relationships too. Like, it's certain things innately that a woman should be providing. Now, if I am the provider and I'm going out and doing those husband things, you know what I'm saying, then I definitely want you to be in the house doing something. Or if you're outside of the house doing something that is wife-like. You know what I'm saying? What we say is wife-like. But I think that a woman should be, you know, a comforter, bro. Like, I should be able to come home just like you can come home and be like, dang, I had a bad day. I should be able to come home and be like, hey, yeah, it was rough today. Boom, boom, boom. I might not talk about it like you're going to talk, like she's going to talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? Dang, babe, I know you had a bad day. Let me fix you a drink or something. You know what I'm saying? Something like that is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you was thinking about me, or, you know what I'm saying? Or come chill with me. Like, you know what I mean? Just come be around me or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Just be in the room.
Yeah, be in the room, do something, take some interest in some things that I like to do or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, be interested. You ain't even got to like the same stuff. But if I'm in the room watching the game and you complaining that I'm not there, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, this is something that I see a lot. Like, oh, my man, all he want to do is watch football when football season come around. Well, if all I want to do is watch football, you don't want to come and chill with me? Like, you don't have to like football to be in the room. You could be on your phone. You could be on a tablet. You could, I don't know, whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? But it's the fact that you take some that you showing some interest in being around me. Like, this is what I like to do. So if I'm doing the things that you like for me to do, then why don't you spend some time doing things that I like to do? And that part is not a service. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go out here and go to Acme. I say Acme because it's Acme across the street. A store across the street called Acme. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I can't go over there and be like, let me order some interest. Yeah, let me buy that interest. Somebody interested in me, let me buy that off the shelf. You can't buy that, but I can buy dishwasher soap to wash my dishes and then come home and I'll pay the water bill so I can wash the dishes. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I
like,
get you.
Yeah, so I said that a long version of saying, like, we appreciate the services. I do, personally. Appreciate the services. You come, you cook, clean, cool. Give you a kiss, give you a hug. Hey, babe, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of what I got to take care of, too. But at the same time, it's other things that I should be providing besides those monetary things that she's going to want. And I want the other things even more importantly than those services, basically. So that would make a wife to me. Like, yeah, it's easy to say you cook and clean. Like, cool. Like, that's cool. I do too. Like, congratulations. Let's fist bump about it. Like,
and that's what I think is so funny, man. And that's what be grinding my gears. And I be trying to any chance I get to have this conversation with a female, man, I take it, because I be trying to like where did you get this narrative from? Like, oh well, I'm wifey material. I cook, I clean, and as far as in the bedroom, you know, I do whatever you like, man. What? Okay, that's cool, but guys ain't that complicated. G, like, look, yeah, okay, like you just said, you cook, all right. Well, to be honest, most of us was raised in single parent homes. You feel me? So it was like, hey, listen, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna be at work when you get home from school or home from practice, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. Let me show you while I got the time how to cook. Bang, 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 and bang. So you know how to come in here and make your own meals. Now, when your parent is at home and they, throw down and all of that, cool. So you're gonna learn stuff along the way. But a lot of us grew up in the situation where you had to learn how to cook your own meals. So just like you said, Siege, like just because you can cook don't mean nothing. And like now, if you a good cook, stomach, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. We appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you.
I
Like, I love it. I'm vibing with you. Like, thank you. I really love that you could cook. Like, that's actually one of the things that I like. Like, dang, she could throw down. Like, that's what's up. But at the same time, I'm still
I said that.
like,
I
dang,
said
bro,
as a
cool. You know what I'm saying? We
I said it
vibing,
as a
bro.
kid.
Like,
Like, hey, look, ma, if she can't cook, man. One day my mom was like, man, she was talking trash back in the G, like middle school and stuff like that. Like, when you start getting into girls, you probably gonna get you a little nasty ratchet girl. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what? I'm like, Mom, one, if she can't cook, it ain't for me. And that's off dribs because I like to eat, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, come on now. Like, hey, you know what? I want some baked chicken or some grilled chicken, or you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, I mean, I think that a lot of these women are not even women. I'm gonna say uh I'm gonna just say females. Some of these females growing up, man, are have it. I think they got the game misconstrued. Like, all right, well, if I look good and I'm attractive and I know how to make spaghetti and throw some clothes in the washer, then I should be somebody's wife. Like negative, Batman. That's not how that works. Just because you can make some spaghetti, like that's just noodles and sauce, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I ain't asking you to be Chef Ramsay or nothing. I would like for you to be on some Chef Ramsay stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, what else are you bringing to the table? Like, if I'm coming in from battling the elements of the world as a man, not even just a man, but as a black man, and I'm coming home to some peace. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting here chilling, like you just said, like women want guys to, oh babe, come shopping with me. Watch this Lifetime movie with me. Watch what's the latest thing? Euphoria. Come watch Euphoria with me. And like, man, look, I'm not watching Euphoria, but I'll sit there and then next thing you know, you get caught up watching some stupid show that you had no intention watching. And then your boys call like, hey, bro, what you doing? Bro, I've been sitting here watching Euphoria, bro. This shit wild, bro. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, bro, I just got caught up with the wife, bro. She was watching it, bro. I just sat down and was chilling with her, bro. Next thing I know, bro, they got this crackhead, bro. They running around, bro. Dude got popped, bro. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, on the vice versa, if your man is watching the basketball game, or every time you turn around, he on ESPN, or the biggest thing now in this day and age is playing the game. All he does is play games. Like, man, chill out. Like I asked my wife one day, I'm like, do you got a problem with me playing video games? She like, no. I'm like, why? She like, bro, you at home. she like, you at home. Like, back in the day, like, yeah, we had our beefs because you was out, you know what I'm saying? You ripping and running, you up in and out the streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Going here, going partying and all of this. Like, if you playing the game, I know where you at. Like, you sitting here chilling, you safe. I'd rather you be sitting right here playing the game, and next thing you know, I'll look over and she's sitting there right there with me. She might not be invested in the game that I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? But you in the room. You feel me? It's a couple of games that I play where she be invested. I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple of some of them adventure games because everything is crazy now. I'm like, hey, get on YouTube and look out how I get out this cave. She's like, what? Bro, get on YouTube because I've been walking around this cave for 15, 20 minutes. Like, I can't figure out how to get out this mug. I need you to look it up so I can get up out of here.
You my person in the earphones. Get on YouTube and
tell me how to get out of this cave. Like, I seen this. It was a little skit, man. This dude, I think it was a skit from a stand-up, man. And the guy was like, man, dudes don't like y'all around all the time, but we just want y'all somewhere. And he was like, what? He was like, man, just you can chill in the vents, like just sit in the vents, just as long as I know like you somewhere around. Like you ain't gotta be on top of me and all of this. Just be around, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, bro, that is a fact. And I sent it to my wife. Like, sometimes, bro, just be around. Like, you ain't gotta do nothing. Like, I don't need you to do nothing. Just be around. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing the game, bro. Just stick your foot out. You know what I'm saying? Like, boop, okay, you're still here. Hey, how you doing? You okay? Because when the game get hectic and you got to hit pause for a second, it's like, oh, okay. Hey, babe, how you doing? You okay? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Right.
All right,
Do
back into the
something
game. You
childish
know
for
what
a
I'm saying?
minute and get back into it.
Right. I just think, man, I just think that a lot of these females, man, is got the game misconstrued, man. Especially some of these younger ones coming up. When I say younger, I don't mean teenagers. I mean like early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why am I cooking for? Why am I cleaning? Like, no, I need to. When they come into a relationship, he got to be able to provide and do this and have this much money and like, and we've talked about it before, and this talked about it a lot on our collab show when we was doing the with the morning show co-host as well. Um, and it's just the fact that the game is misconstrued. Like, man, there's no reason to be material. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show
Right.
husband material, but like you alluded to in the beginning, it's like, man, some of that stuff is just like you said, the way you was raised. Like certain things I'm gonna do just because that's how I was raised to do it. Like if I'm taking, even if it's a female friend, if I'm around a female and we all going out to eat, I'm gonna hold the door open for you. It's certain things I'm gonna do that's just in my nature because that's why I was raised and taught. But a
Facts.
lot of people are like, oh man, that's husband material. No, that's just being a freaking gentleman. Like y'all gotta get it corrected. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these chicks out here wanting to be a wife, but you're not doing but you don't want to do wife things. Like, and then you wondering why don't want to commit and why you done been in a relationship for 12 years, 5 years, and he ain't asked you to be his wife yet. He waiting to see something. He waiting to
Facts.
see something. Like who goes to the store and be like, buy this, and then after you buy it, then you really get to see what it's like. Like what? Like how do I don't even know what I'm buying. Like, yeah, it's a shirt, but you gotta buy
Mhm.
it first to see if it's really the shirt that you want. Like, nigga, what? like,
That's
like, no.
facts.
You feel me? Like
That's facts.
let me know what I'm getting before I, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people got it misconstrued. Like a lot of people used to give me a lot of flack. Like, bro, why you take so long, bro? Like you've been with your girl for forever, bro. Y'all got married all like, bro, listen. It was stuff that I needed to do for myself. And two, it was things that I was waiting to see. It was, a couple of moments, couple of situations, like, because at the end of the day, most people like the idea of marriage is forever. Now that don't always work, but the idea is forever. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So if I'm gonna give you mine forever, I need to be sure that I can deal with you forever. Like that's that's the thing. Like you got to be able to be sure that you're gonna deal with somebody forever. That means you got to deal with them when they happy, when they mad, when they sad, when they depressed, when they feeling a little self conscious. That you got to be able to deal with that. I mean, it mood swings, being emotional, if they lazy, if they, you know what I'm saying. You got. Are you willing to deal with that forever? For like on a Sandlot forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't get, oh, I'm a wife, man. Boom, put a ring on my finger. And oh, I'm a wife, girl. Look at this rock that he didn't got me. He got a good job, and I'm at home. I ain't really gotta do nothing. He just paid for to get my nails done. No, trick. Y'all, like, no, y'all was out here bugging. You just want to be a glorified girlfriend. That's it. You just want to have enough material things that your man is doing for you, just so you can showboat and let everybody know that you quote unquote his, and this is what he's doing for you. But what are you in return doing for him? That's what makes wifey material. What are you doing for the other person? A relationship or a marriage is, to me, is 50-50. I mean, and I say 50-50, but if I give my 100%, I expect your 100%, you know what I'm saying? No nationality or actuality, but I say 50-50 because you get you get what you put in on both sides. You know what I'm saying? If I'm meeting you halfway and you're not meeting that other half, then we got a problem. So I'm coming half the way. Then I'm like, oh man, let me go 10 more percent. Oh damn, you still not meeting me. Let me go a little bit more. All right. Next thing you know, you got one person doing a whole 100% of the relationship or the work, or you know what I'm saying? And then you turn it around, then that's when you got people just stuck in marriages feeling like, like they're invalid. You know what I'm saying? It takes the effort from both sides. And you, like I said, you got these chicks, and I don't want nobody to think that, oh, bro, we just women bashing or nothing like that, because I'm not. But at the same time, I'm a man and I hear this all the time. I don't hear dudes saying like, bro, when I get with a girl, she gotta have a good car, good credit, da 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 for me to even talk to her. No, all you got to do is look good, and I'm gonna at least say hi to you. Now, once I say hi to you, then you know what I'm saying. Like I said, dudes, we not that complicated, bro. Like, oh man, she is cute. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? What's your name? My name is, you know what I'm saying. My name Eric. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what? Why did you come and talk to me? Shit, I thought you looked good. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure out everything else if we get to know each other. But a chick, you walk up to a female, they'll look at you like they looking at your shoes, what you got on. Hey, what type of car you drive? Like, what? Like, I just told you my name, but you want to know what type of car I drive? You want to know where I work at? Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, bro, I gotta come as a man. We gotta come with the package all the way together. But it's okay because you got time to work on yourself. Let me, boy. Let
me go to the casino. I want to go to the casino, and just the first table I see, push all my chips in the middle on that one game, one hand. Yesterday, want you to do like go to the casino, give you all the chips, and be like, just do whatever you want with the chips, fuck. Like,
and hope I strike gold. Like, what?
Like, no. Like, nah, them days is over with. I'm not coming with nothing, bro. I'm not coming. I'm broke. I ain't dressing. I'm dressing comfortable, bro. Don't talk to me. What job you got? A job? How much money you make? Some money.
Money. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If I ever, that's just, that's me being funny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you having a conversation, a genuine conversation, and we talking about our occupations and all of that stuff, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Then that information could be disclosed. But if it's coming from a singular goal in mind, like all I want to do is figure out, what it is so I can take, then that's a little bit different. Now, I will say that, you know what I'm saying, a woman's security is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's looking to say, I've been in a situation before and this is the type of money that I feel like I need to be secure, then cool. But I don't think that's a day one conversation, like a day one package conversation. Like, all right, well, let's go and we out at a bar or something, and then you talking to a woman or whatever, and I don't mean you or me, I'm just mean a man in general. You go to the bar and you talking to somebody, you know what I'm saying? You just having a casual conversation. You're not, and this is not me saying like, you know what I'm saying, you going in there and you got bad intentions. You in there, you having, you know how we do, like we go out and we see somebody, we talking to them, we having casual conversations or whatever, and if you start talking about your occupations, that's cool, but if you talking about bread on the first day, like, I can't get to know you first. Like, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know my personality. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we talking about how much money I make when I just meet you? That's weird. Like, that's weird to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it might not be, what if I made, I don't know, and I make more than this, but if I made, let's say back when I was making $10 an hour or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm making $10 an hour, but I got $10,000 or whatever your criteria is in the bank saved up. You want a millionaire. I done saved up $1 million, but I only make $10 an hour. Well, you get in the door, you hear $10 an hour. You don't know what I got in my savings account. You don't know what I'm building. You don't know what I'm doing. Like I could be a person that just need the right person to build me up to make a move, or somebody to be encouraging with me. You might be the missing piece of the puzzle. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be if you know what I'm saying, take yourself out the equation doing some dumb stuff. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you if you looking for a husband as a woman, you looking for a husband, and you taking people out of the equation just off day one because you want to ask what they do, and that's not good enough for you, then you need some reevaluating. It's the same for men too, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, we talking specifically to the women just because what am I saying? Oh, my bad. I had another thought come to my head real fast, and I was like, wow, that's important. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? You're taking yourself out of the equation from day one. Now, let's say, and really, you can look at any famous person who had, or not famous person, but any rich person who has the same wife for many, many years. They didn't always start out rich. Not all of them. You know what I'm saying? Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I met in college. We met in college. All right. Well, she was with me from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't think of the dude's name. He married and he was like, I don't need no prenup. Charlamagne the God. He said, or not Charlamagne the God. I can't think of his name, bro. I don't know. One of them dudes was married. He's a famous person, TV personality, radio personality, or whatever. He said, I don't need no prenup because when I was out here struggling, my wife was the one who bought me, you know what I'm saying, my first microphone. She was the one who bought me my first mixer. She helped me, you know what I'm saying, while we was working. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So now that I'm rich, why would I sign a prenup when she the one who helped me build the foundation to what I'm doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was broke before, but she was the one who helped him be the catalyst to do something special. And you could do that, you know what I'm saying, with somebody. If you give them, sometimes you just need to give them a chance, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because somebody work at McDonald's, you don't want to mess with him, but he could be the love of your life. Like,
yeah, and like I said, man, I see it a lot, man. It's a lot of different. Like I really want to know the name of this podcast, man. The next time I see it on TikTok, man, I hope that somebody actually tag the name of the podcast so I could subscribe and follow, man. But when I say, man, Cuz be on there, like he be talking along the same type of topics that we're talking about right now, right? Mm-hmm. But he'll have a panel, bro. It'd be like two or three guys, and it'd be like 6 girls, all, you know, city girls, you know, hot girls summer, you know what I mean? All of that, they bad, and he let them talk and say what they, you know, I need a guy. He like, okay, all right, now let me speak. Boom, and then be chopping, and I'll be like, bro, he is saying. He be saying facts. Now, sometimes I'll be like, bro, you kind of going overboard. But some stuff, bro, be facts, bro. Just like, you know, sometimes, man, it be these chicks. Like he said he had one out for the guys. He was like, bro, don't ever be too emotional or sentimental with a girl that you're interested in. and it was 2 chicks like, no, we like that. Like, I like that. Like, you know, you should be able to cry on my shoulder. He like, look, fellas, don't fall into the trap. Don't ever, if it's a girl that you talking to, you trying to be interested in, do not cry in front of her. As soon as you cry and you emotional and you're vulnerable in front of her, her vision of you has immediately changed forever. Which on one hand, I agree with that. Now, if it's somebody that you're talking to, like you're dating, you're interested in, yeah, facts. Don't do that. Now, if it's somebody like once you have a wife and you, like you just said, building, you know what I'm saying, you done built on it. It's like, okay, we've been building, you knowing me. This is my forever. Now I should be able to cry on your shoulder now, because at this point, it don't matter if your view of me change. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it still matters. It still matters.
I mean,
but I think he's saying. Yeah, I think he's saying facts in general. Like you don't want your, like it's ingrained in society. Like, men have to be a certain way, which we got to do a better job of trying to break that narrative too. But at the same time, bro, that's 100% facts. And I was just talking to a brother of ours about that last week, which I need to call him back because I was supposed to call him this weekend. But well, if you listening, my bad, bro. I got caught up. The Hennessy got to me that day, bro. But anyway,
be like this. Oh, you talking about
like
last? Oh,
yeah. The Hennessy was on me, boy.
Talking about last weekend, bro. Real quick. Off subject. Bro, you know how they say once you hit 30 plus, bro, it's slow down. Man, we had a ball like my wife's birthday just passed. For everybody who didn't know, man, thank you for all the birthday. She thanks everybody for all the birthday wishes on Facebook and social media where I posted it at. But we helped celebrate it as a group, you know what I'm saying, as a family, as a village, you feel me? Last Saturday. One, you know, I did my thing, you know, husband material. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give myself two pats on the back, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everything set up, yeah. But at the end of the day, it was up there, bro. Like, but I needed 3 days. 3 days to recover from one day, my G. And I'm just like, the whole time I'm in recovery mode, I'm just thinking like, back in the day, we used to damn near do this every day. Like, boom, go ham on Friday, go ham on Saturday. We used to go ham on a Wednesday just because it was a Wednesday. Like, now, man, we go ham on a Saturday, bro. I'm not coming back from recovery until Wednesday, bro. Like, bro, what's up, bro? You trying to go get some drinks? Man, don't even say alcohol to me, man. Like, leave me alone, bro. I'm drinking water. Give me anything but alcohol. Like, I don't want no mimosa. I don't want no champagne. I don't want no wine. Matter of fact, if you want to keep it spicy, bro, give me some orange juice on the rocks. I just thought that goodbye. You mentioned it last weekend, man. Like, it was a fun time, but I needed 3 days of recovery.
Yeah, I had to say that, bro, just because I had brought it up. Then I was like, dang, I should have called him. But I was talking to a brother of ours about that, bro. He was saying like, we was talking about our views on relationships and stuff like that. And he was like, which get you some brothers you could talk to about stuff, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's important. But anyway, it keep you level. People you trust, though, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, definitely keep you level. But yeah, I was talking to him about it in relationships. So we was talking about like stuff that we believe along these same lines or whatever, believe it or not. And we was just talking about men being the providers and, you know, and what roles is which, you know what I'm saying? If it is a such thing, you know what I'm saying? We just talking about it and, you know, debating about it or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? In doing that, in talking about it, we got to that point where we were saying, you know, about whether or not men should be vulnerable or can be vulnerable. And then, you know, the way women view men that are vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? And I think I've been lucky in that regard in terms of, you know, people that I've been with, you know, even including my ex-wife or whatever, that I could speak my mind to, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still feel like you do have to put a cap. You still got to put a cap on it. Like, you can't just be out here, dang, bro, my feelings was hurt about this one. Sometimes your feelings just gonna have to be hurt. You're gonna have to move forward. You know what I mean? Like, your feelings gonna have to be hurt. You're gonna have to keep it to yourself. You're gonna have to do it because the situation don't call for it. Or think about it like this too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you grow up, stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up, people pass. You know what I'm saying? You skin your knee, you break your arm. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens. And some of those things, bro, yeah, you cry about it. Some of the stuff, you get through it. Like, you just deal with it, be mad about it, be sad about it, cry on your own if you have to, and then you get through it because you got something to do. You got something to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? I think once you break that, you know what I'm saying? Once you break that cycle, like, oh, well, now I'm just every day something is happening. I'm always complaining. I'm always whining. I'm always crying. At that point, it's like, okay, bro, like, you supposed to be.
You just a whining ass dude at this point.
Yeah, you supposed to be there at that point. Like, all right, how can I, if the security is important, you know what I'm saying, to a particular woman, oh, I need to be able to protect my man, got to be able to protect me. He got to provide. at that point, you knock the protection off. Like, all right, if somebody busts through this door right now, he gonna be crying about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily, and I'm not saying that like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure, but I do know women who think like that and believe that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important, and they don't necessarily want you to cry all the time, but you can come to them in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was going through the divorce, you know what I'm saying? I had friends, bro, I talked to, whatever, but but not all of those friends was I crying to. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then at on the same token, it's like when you with your woman, like you said, your wife, depending on the seriousness and where we going with it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the conversation may be. Like, let's say, like, well, my grandmother passed in 2019, you know what I'm saying? So when she passed, you know what I'm saying? If you there with your woman, you're not gonna cry about your grandma passing with your woman. Like, all right, so as a man, if you talking all that tough stuff, you know what I'm saying, at that point, then something wrong with you. But you know what I'm saying? And if your woman think you a sucker because you crying about something like that, then that's on
something
her.
wrong with her.
Yeah. But if you doing every day, like, oh, bro, I ain't going out can't go out with my brothers this weekend. Bro. Dang, bro, that's crazy, bro. Then next week, dang, bro, you always working, bro. I ain't got no money. All right, at that point, bro, like, chill with it.
You just a wine in the ass. No.
Chill with it. I think he's speaking facts. Like, he's speaking facts from the standpoint of too much. You can't do it too much, but at the same time, it's just, if you're gonna do it, it's still a cap. Like, you can't. All right, this is my wife. Now I'm about to cry every day. Like, nah.
But the way, like I said, it's still facts, and I see, you know, I get your point, which you was alluding to his point, and I agree with all of that. All I was trying to say, I was just saying I didn't get to all of that part because I was just saying, like, just because you know you got a wife or you got a girl or you know you in a serious relationship doesn't mean like, oh, now all of a sudden you want me to be vulnerable. Okay, I'm gonna be vulnerable all the time. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna let all my emotions out. And like you said, man, unfortunately, bro, the narrative as a man, that's we can't be that. And it's time after time after time after time after time. I even made it's a TikTok sound that used to be out that was kind of popular, but it was really for most dudes where he just going off. But it's a mental thing. Like every poster that was being made, because I even made one, because you know it shit happens. Like it happens to where in a man's mind you sitting here like, bruh, why can't I get nothing right, bruh? Fuck, bruh, bruh, you know it can be totally chaos in your head. But what's coming out, what people see is, hey, what's up? You smiling, you shining, you're like, hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? You looking like everything put together. Even though emotionally, man, it's probably all chaos. Like you said, it's unfortunate that it is that way. But and I think, to be honest, man, like you said, bro, that's something that we gotta try to change. But I honestly, bro, I don't see that narrative changing overall. Just overall, like you can change that narrative for like the people that you deal with, for your household, for the kids that you raise and stuff like that. But I think overall, as in mankind, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that narrative is going to change, bro, because the narrative of a man is you a man, you tough, you strong, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to just take stuff and keep on moving. And you know, I have no problem with being emotional or vulnerable or expressing that, but at the same time, I do, because that's just the way. You know, I still have that same type of image. I was still brought up that same way. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no, oh, you better not cry. Like, you know, I had parents on both sides to where it was like, you know what, you a boy, man, suck it up, man, be a man. Yes, sir. And then I had a mom just like, you know what, baby, it's okay to cry. Mm-hmm. Strong men cry too. It's okay. Like, and I'm like, you know, you caught in the bind, like, and all that, at the end of the day, what happens is, like you said, you got to end up putting the cap on it. Like, okay, it's okay for me to go cry to my mom. I can
Right.
go cry to my mama. You
Right.
know
I
what I'm
gotta
saying?
suck it up
Mom,
with pop.
but I gotta suck it up with pops. So when you get out here in the world, you know what I'm saying? When you get out here in the world, it's like, shit, man. I'm not about to cry to you, bro. Can I cry to you? Yeah, I can cry to you. All right, cool, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cry and be emotional and vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? Cause cool, man. You support you support me emotionally. Now you ain't gonna know how to take it. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chill, like, bro, how you doing? Bro, like, man, I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm gonna be all right. Somebody else, like, how you doing, man? I'm good. It's going down, man. You know what I mean? Just be like that. Like you gotta know how to put a cap on it, man. But like I said, it is unfortunate, man. But the thing is, man, we're like I said, we're saying this just because, man, we are men, bro. And I'm tired of saying it, man, because the thing is, bro, you know how when we get into these topics and these shows, I always try to make it a point that we're not women bashing, right? But I see so many different shows with women podcasters or content creators. They don't put that out there. They're like, oh, for the record, we're not trying to man bash. Nah, that's not. They don't put that out there. They just dudes do this and you know what I'm saying? They cracking down like, whoa, damn.
Yeah, because
Jeez, bro,
we really only provide on one part of the spectrum. Like you can't say you got to say, all right, we not bashing because every woman, and even from my experience, I know that every woman ain't like that. Like you know what I'm saying?
right, true.
And
And
then
that's the reason why. But
we some shit,
overall,
and we some shit too. Like,
right, man,
we some shit too. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
you got to be. You got
it
to.
is what it
So,
is.
speaking of that, so let's just flip it real quick, man. For dudes, man, you can't expect a chick to be able to handle all your emotional distress out the gate either. You know what I'm saying? Like just how women expect the guy to come up with a whole total package with money and cars and all of that, you know, work, but not work too much so you can still spend time with them and all of that. But I think on the other end, man, a lot of guys, man, expect certain things out of a woman off drips, like whether it's, I mean, of course, like you said, man, it all varies, man, on how how you grew up, how you feel, you know what I'm saying, what your standards, what your morals is and stuff like that. But we as guys, man, we do like to have that woman that's willing to have that emotional type of support. You know what I'm saying? But you can't automatically assume that when you talking to a chick, like, man, you my woman and you doing this. Nah, man, how you think that made me feel? Like, bro, is that your woman? Like, you only been talking to her for a little bit, bro. So is that your woman, or is that somebody that you just talking to, man? I think a lot of people get titles and labels and stuff misconstrued, man. They so quick to call somebody babe and oh, this my wifey, man. You know, you done talk to a girl for 2-3 months. Next thing you know, she in your phone under wifey with the hard eyes, like. Dude, bro, it might not last that long, bro. You better take wifey out that phone and put that girl's name in there. Just put her name in there, man. You can keep the hard eyes and stuff. Just put that girl's name in there, bro. If her name is Bone Quisha, man, you better type in Bone Quisha with the hard eyes, like.
And then put a question mark after the hard eyes, like question,
like,
maybe.
maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like, on both sides of the spectrum, man, you got to stop coming to the table expecting the person that you're interested in or talking to come with everything that you need or everything that you want in a partner. Like, no, sometimes, most times, bro, to have a in my opinion, to have a successful relationship, sometimes it's better to build. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, I almost forgot before I said that point, man. When you was talking about earlier about building and stuff like that, man, building up with somebody. It was funny, man, because it came across. It was what they say. They said a guy, a dude would take a chick that's broke. Like, hey, man, how you doing? What's up? You working and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking. Y'all get on your occupation, and it's like, oh well, I'm going to school. I'm in between jobs. A dude be like, all right, cool, man. You know what? I like you, man. You grinding, man. We'll work that. You feel me? But on the opposite spectrum, you know what I'm saying? If you talking to a chick and occupation come up and you like, man, I'm going to school for this because this is what I want to be. So I'm kind of in between jobs because a lot of them don't work on my school schedule. So, I'm just getting it out, trying to get it out the mud right now. Some chicks, not all, they're going to look like, oh, this dude ain't got no job. He ain't got no job. Like, hold on, bro.
Stay
I'm
at
trying
home
to,
with his mama.
right. Like, you don't see, you didn't hear everything else I said that I'm growing, I'm working towards something. It's like, nah, they want to wait till you get out of school, get that good paying job, work your way up. Like, nah. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, a guy doesn't have a problem with a chick that don't have a job. Usually, I'm not saying everybody, but usually it's like not having a job. Like, I'm not saying to the fact that, oh, you just at home and you ain't doing nothing, you just don't want to work. I'm talking about like you in grind mode. You going to school, and by you going to school because it's a certain career that you want to, or a certain field that you want to be in, and you got to go to school for it, and you're trying to work and grind and you know what I'm saying, work your way up in that field. So you're going to school, you're studying, and then because of all of that, you in between jobs because they don't meet your schedule all the time. Like, they want you to work overtime, but you got to be at school. So you got to figure out like what's more important, is the school or the job. So sometimes in certain situations, people be like, you know what, I'm getting this degree, get me another job. You know what I'm saying? A guy would see that and be like, you know what? I can build with that. You know what I'm saying? Cool, boom. Let's, they get to talking. Then it's like, all right, I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? No, I know you working. I know you trying to work. I know you going to school. I know you trying to better yourself. All right, babe, I got you. Like, a guy is more willing to build up or help build with the woman than vice versa. Now, I'm not saying all, of course, because everybody's different. I know women personally that don't have that issue, that don't mind. Like, as long as you're doing something for yourself, you know what I'm saying? If they're interested in you and you're just doing something for yourself, they'll rock with you. But overall, I just think that's just strange.
Yeah, the key word I hear
But
with women normally is ambition. Like, they be like, well, you ain't got what I normally or typically would think or what I would want in the husband now, but you do have the ambition, and I can see where it's headed. So then we could get there. So if I hear somebody say something like that or speaking like that, then I'm like, oh, okay, so this person is more of a critical thinker, you know what I'm saying, versus a transactional one. Like, because if it's gonna be transactional, we can make some transactions, but it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta have somebody that's, critically thinking about it. Like, all right, well, you having those conversations. All right, what you do for a living? Oh, that's cool. Blah blah blah. All right, well, where you want to be at? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be at? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it was important. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying, with my ex-wife before we got married, it was like, what type of raising of the kids is going to happen? Like, we're not talking about, oh, well, what job are you going to have in 5 years? Because how the hell am I supposed to know what the hell I'm going to be doing in 5 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could
tell
you
you
know
what
what
I
I'm saying?
want to do in 5 years, but that's about
Yeah, like,
it.
I could tell you where I'm envisioning myself, but you know what I'm saying, the universe might have a different idea. So how the hell am I supposed to know? So that's what I be saying, like, about what's really important, because you're talking about, can you cook or clean? That's cool. That's good. Like I'm saying, that's good stuff. Like, I would hope you could. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're gonna have a problem if you can't. But especially if I'm being the provider and you're at home, I would hope you would learn how to cook and clean if you don't already. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, right, facts. Or get a cookbook or something. But like, we was
Books
talking
out the
about
window.
Wikipedia and Google.
You got to be on TikTok, man, but you got to be on the right channel, because some of you, if you're on the wrong channel and you make some of that bug, I'm gonna slide that. I might slide it back to you. I don't be disrespectful with stuff like that, but it be some people. I'm like, bro, I'm not eating that, bro. Even
But
if you was
definitely.
like, oh man, I slaved all day. Nah,
But
take
what I'm
that shit back.
but basically what I'm getting at is, bro, is those are the things that make wifey or husband material. Like, what type of morals do we have? What are we working towards? How are you going to raise my kids if we have kids? Or do you want kids? All right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you want to, where do you want us to go? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Because now,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, now that I have kids, you know what I'm saying, You can't just come in my house. Like, you can't just tell me, oh, I promise I'm going to be this type of person. Let's just do whatever. Like, girl, if you don't get out of here.
No,
Like, actually,
no.
you just failed this test. Get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's certain steps that you got to take before you can even get to meet the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So those conversations are like critical thinking conversations. Like, where are we building? Where are we going? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, yeah, I might have a good job, or maybe I don't. What kind of money you make? Like I said, some. Like, where you live at? Akron.
A place,
Like,
but like a place with doors and windows.
like, I pay my own bills. I drive my own ride. Like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
normal stuff.
I alluded to that example on the previous show, man, where a guy took a girl on a date, man, and they in the car, they about to go to the restaurant, man, and she giving him a whole interview questionnaire, like, "Oh, this your car?" Like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." "Oh, I thought you would have had something a little bit bigger and nicer." He like, "Hey, but it's mine though. Like, it's paid off. Okay, don't worry about it. That's fine." And she's like, "Okay, where you standing?" "Oh man, I got me a nice little studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got me a nice little studio. A studio. Like, you do music?" "No, it's just a studio apartment, one bedroom, little kitchen and stuff." "Oh, see, I need something like a condo and da 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 da." He like, all right, cool, 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 cool. "All right, where you working at?" "Oh man, I just got promoted at my job, man. I'm up to making $13 an hour at such and such as a cook or whatever. I just got being lead cook, or I just got promoted to manager or such and such." "Oh, I thought you was in, like, I was hoping that you was in real estate or something like that." So he let me hold on, bro. "So what you got a car?" "Oh, no, no, no. I don't, my mom or my people usually take me. I don't have a car. I don't even have my license." "Okay. Where you said?" "Oh, I'm staying with my mom right now." "Okay, where you working?" "Oh, I'm thinking about going to school. I kind of do some lashes or some hair on the side. I don't really know yet. I'm just trying to figure everything out." And he like, "Man, you know what, bro? Get out." You know what I'm saying? You expected me to have this six-figure job, this big place, like, because you expected me to provide for you day one that you're interested. Like, no, everything I'm doing for me. I need a studio so I can have a place to live. I need a whip so I can get around town and do what I got to do. It ain't got to be no big, expensive, flashy whip so I can impress and have somebody else in it and I'm still spending money and paying on it. The car I got is paid off and it's paid off for me so I can get to where I got to go. And it's still, and I keep it clean and I keep it nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like I said, like, I just think a lot of people, man, just be having a lot of these chicks, man, not even just chicks, man. A lot of people be having the game messed up, but it's neither here nor there, man. You got to stop
yeah.
coming to the table expecting you and you bring the stuff to the table thinking it's a full course meal when you only really coming with appetizers. You coming with appetizers, but you expecting the person across the table to have uh, appetizers, dinner, dessert, a side salad, a drink. Like,
Facts.
you expecting a full course meal on the other side. Like, nah, that's not the way it works. Like, y'all tripping.
I,
But
I
we
think
can
I
go
think
ahead and
I think it's one more important thing to say too, bro. Like,
my fault.
as far as to change the narrative too, like, yeah, like I said, bro, it's cool to have those conversations and talk about those pieces. They foundational pieces. That's number one. So, like, if you having a casual conversation and somebody asks you what you do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not proud of doing it,
Right.
then why are you doing it? Or if it's not something that's legit or something like that, then cool, I can see it. But you know what I'm saying? If you do something, don't be ashamed of what you're doing or get out of it. So that's number one. So yeah, you could definitely talk about it. But like I said, it's the singular focus that, like, if you coming into with the mindset of, like you said with the woman on that show or video or whatever, who coming in with a singular focus, like, oh, I need this from you now. It's like, well, we could get there later on. Like, what are you bringing? What type of tools are you bringing so we can build the foundation that we gonna do? That's one of the points. The other point I wanted to make is, and this is the biggest point that I always tell people all the time, strength is not just you tough. Like, you could be tough. Like, that's cool. You could take a punch. That's great. That's fantastic. Go join the UFC. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real strength, bro, comes with emotional intelligence, bro. Like, knowing yourself, who you are, being able to deal with those situations, and then passing that along. So, like, people be like, oh, don't let your son do this, or don't tell your son that. Don't do this to your. Why you hugging on your son? You gonna make him this way? No. I'm teaching my kids emotional intelligence so that when they get older, they can move forward and progress, like we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because we supposed to be getting smarter, right? So if we getting smarter as time go along, we should teach our kids to be smarter, specifically in this manner, because my kid ain't gonna be growing up with that false bravado. You know what I'm saying? He gonna find him a woman, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, or a partner, whatever they decide to do. I don't know, but whatever they do, but they gonna find somebody that's for them. You know what I'm saying, that connects with them in that manner. So they don't have to have these conversations like, oh, Dad, well, they told me to do A, B, and C, and I'm just settling and I'm pushing all my chips into the table, because I'm gonna be right behind you and smacking the back of your head like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Right. So emotional intelligence is the real strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to take your emotions and put them where they need to go and compartmentalize so that you can get forward in the day. And I don't mean like put them away and never talk about it or nothing like that. I'm saying, if you need to cry, cry. That don't mean you weak. If you know what I'm saying, find you a good support system. Not sitting in the house all day because you're depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us, you know what I'm saying, who deal with depression. Being a person that, you know what I'm saying, knows what they need and getting it, you know what I'm saying, positively. You know what I'm saying? So I think that will go a long way in changing the narratives if we teaching our kids, sons and daughters, emotional intelligence. Because we real good at babying our daughters. Oh, you hurt? Oh man, dang, like that's crazy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So that's that. And speaking of them, here they come right now.
Right. Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
we parents first on first class, man. You know how I get.
Facts. So we
but
so that's basically what I'm just saying. Like, teaching them emotional intelligence, and so they can do what they need to do and progress forward as men, and not deal with none of these stereotypes or whatever that they shouldn't be dealing with.
Right. And now I know you said that we all sweet on our daughters. You know how I am with mine. Like, man, hey, if you doing something, hey, look, boom, oh, Dad, I fell. All right, you all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just me and my youngest, we had a conversation like a week or so ago, man, and I can't remember what she was upset, man. I told her to pick up her toys and stuff like that, and she was like, "No, I can't do it." She was like, she came back later, like, I came in the room, she's standing there crying. I'm like, what are you crying? Did you hurt yourself? Like, what's up? She's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do it? You can't do what I asked you? She was like, no. I'm like, you want somebody to come in here and do it for you? She's like, yeah. I'm like, no. Sons or daughters, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, like, you being my child, I'm still gonna let you know how to defend for yourself. I'm like, you can't sit here in life waiting for somebody to do something for you. You know what I'm saying? I asked you, this is your room, correct? She like, yes, sir. I'm like, these are your toys, right? Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm asking you to pick up your toys and put them where they need to go. Nobody's going to come in here and do it for you because it's your stuff. It's your things. You need to keep up with your stuff and your things. You know, I'm not raising one of them girls that's going to be out here depending on people to do something for them just because they don't want to do it. Like, it don't matter that you don't want to. It needs to be done. So,
right. If you get stuck, if she gets stuck, like, let's say her nails done and she gets stuck and the tire blew, like, you gonna have to break them nails and change that tire. Like, ain't nobody gonna come like, oh, right now, like, if you want it done right now, like, somebody's gonna come. You know what I mean? You got uncles and a dad, you know what I'm saying? But if you want it done now, or what if you out of town or something happened? Like, we can't get to you right away. Like, you gonna have to figure it out.
I got a whole plan for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like I told my oldest, because she getting around that age to where, unfortunately, we about to be behind the wheel in the next year or two. teaching her how to drive. But I'm
You
like,
getting old,
listen,
boy.
she getting old, bro. Like, come on now, don't put that on me. But I'm like, look, if you out, you know what I'm saying? I get it. I give you a pair of my sweatpants and a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So if you out and you didn't got dolled up, boom, you didn't caught a flat and you got to be somewhere and you about to wait for 2-3 hours for, like you said, for somebody to come and do it for you, whether it's AAA or you had to call a tow truck or maybe you called your uncle, your dad, or whatever. It's gonna be some time, but you're like, man, I ain't got that time. I gotta get there. All right, cool. You done got dolled up. Boom, you better hit that trunk, grab them old sweatpants, throw them over, grab that old t-shirt, throw that over. You know what I mean? Got you a
Yeah,
scrunchie, throw your hair back or whatever the case may be. Get down there, bust that tire out, throw that spare on, take that off, boom, hit a little quick spray, and boom, you back out, man. Don't be sitting here depending on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that
yeah,
for me, I've said that to any niece, nephew. I don't have any sons, but just for sake of conversation, sons, daughters, for everybody, for any of these children growing up, man, don't sit out here waiting on somebody else to do something for you when you can do it for yourself, or you can learn how to do it yourself. You know what I mean?
right.
But we kind of we had an hour 35, hour 36. So before we get out of here, man, go ahead, leave your tags and let everybody know what's up.
Yeah, man, y'all can find me at the Link ENT LLC on everything except for Instagram is at the Link Entertainment LLC. So y'all can find me there. Check out Kurt's Custom Engraving at Siege 101 on Twitter is my personal Twitter. I don't really tweet much yet, but I'm planning on getting back on it. But those are my tags. You know what I'm saying? Check us out. We got a lot of stuff coming up soon, and yeah, that's it for that. And emotional intelligence, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stay emotionally intelligent. Teach your kids them life lessons so they don't grow up on being one of them people in them videos saying dumb stuff.
Facts. Uh, Yeah. Look, man, everybody, evolution is changing, man, from us to our children. You know what I'm saying? It all goes down in a row. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, in most cases, that we're better than our parents. Our parents was better than our grandparents, and are we trying to raise our kids to be better than us? Their kids is gonna be better than them. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick little thing, man. A guy said he hit rich. He hit rich. His son is gonna be rich. His grandson is gonna be rich. But his grandson's son, he gonna be okay. But after that, that's next son, that next generation is gonna be poor. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people didn't understand that. When you get rich, when you got money and you raising people in money, you don't teach them how to get money. So you can go a couple generations with money because you got it. It's invested. But it's gonna be that one generation that wants to be a rebel or wants to do stuff different or whatever, or they just don't know how to get it because they weren't taught that because everybody previous had money. So evolution is gonna happen, man, and it's great, man. Make sure you teaching the youth and the kids behind us not only not only giving them stuff, but teaching them how to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just going out here and working a job. I'm just talking about in general. Knowledge is power. So if it's something that they don't know and they want to know it, then teach them how to find out that information. Like hop online, Google, open up a book, talk to a teacher, do extra studying, whatever. Evolution is gonna happen. You know me, man. It's your boy E Carter. You can catch me I'm on Twitter. That's what is my Easy E721, I believe is my Twitter. Just like Siege, I don't I don't tweet much at all either, but I'll be trying to switch it up and get on there, man, and trying to get active in the Twitter game, Twitter games. I don't know why I thought that was funny, but whatever. First class podcast, media page, first class podcast media fan page, first class podcast on Instagram. To know me is to love me. Y'all got my personal, man. That's Eric Carter on Facebook. Spaceman, Space Ninja 87 on Instagram. All that, this, that, and the third. Oh, Oh, and I meant to say this when we came on. This is First Class Podcast, a part of the Grind Media Collective in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? We getting that kicked off. And we got a good show for y'all. We're gonna have a good show. We're gonna cook up for y'all next episode, man. Be on the lookout for updates and concerns about that. Thank you for everybody who, looked in, tuned in. Make sure y'all go and subscribe and hit that bell so you get a notification every time that we do go live and post a show. With that being said, man, like we always say at this time, if you're gonna fly, you might as well fly first
Fly
class.
first class, baby.
And we out.
First Class Podcast.